Welcome to And Why Not Podcast with Andy and Dave. Two mates happy to talk about anything and everything.
So we are in fact live now. We are recording. So super duper looper. Hang on, I've got it comfy. My ass is fucking sore. I'll keep that in there. My ass is sore, and I just said you gave good head while pouring a beer.
Oh God! Great start. Great start.
Luckily, there's no video, so. All right. All right.
Well, Dave,
Andrew,
welcome.
here we are, mate. Another
Yeah.
night.
That's it. Another Wednesday afternoon, evening.
Yes.
Sitting down, talking about everything.
Anything and everything, you name it. And on that point, what are we jabbering about this afternoon?
Wow. Bob Catter.
Bob Catter, he's a mad hatter.
Yeah, but he is that in his hat.
Yeah.
So he wants to start culling crocodiles up in North Queensland
Why?
because apparently they're eating too many cows.
Well, we know they're not vegans then.
This is true. But I mean, it must be pretty serious up there for them to be eating that many cows that they need to be slaughtered.
But there's a lot of space up there. Like, how many cows are they eating? Surely they're not eating, like, 2 a day, sort of
But
thing.
he's also saying too, like, you know, it's for public, you know, health as well.
Fuck
you
the
know.
public.
Well, if
You
you're,
go in
if
there
you're
back
stupid
in-
enough to go
yeah.
into the water, knowing there's a crocodile there, and you get taken,
There's how many signs in those in all those spaces, crocodiles, don't go there.
Yeah.
Idiot.
yeah. So anyway, so his proposal was, okay, so someone's turned around and went, well, how are we going to do this? And he goes,
That is a
look,
tough question. Yeah.
he goes, okay. He goes, well, look, how about we give out some license or make a license up for the local Indigenous people so they can go and hunt them, or they can run hunting parties. So these international wild
Big
game
game
people,
hunters.
whatever they call themselves, can come over here and go on a kangaroo safari, or a crocodile safari, right, and hunt crocodiles, and they can make a wage out of it.
It's a good
Right.
revenue maker.
So literally, he's thought there's a problem. Here's a solution.
It's like they used to do the safaris in South Africa. Or Africa. Or
Yeah, but now
big
you just,
game. Yeah, you can't,
yeah, but now you just look at them. You can't do that anymore.
can't do that now.
No.
Well, legally.
No, there's so much illegal stuff, of course. So anyway, so word had got back. So Bob Irwin
Oh,
As
Bob Irwin.
decided that he's going, no, this is not right. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to protest against this.
In his underpants?
I have no idea. Probably his khakis.
Okay, yeah, true.
All right. So Mama Irwin, she's all lined up too. She's correct the shit. She's gone up there as well.
Terry.
So-
yeah.
Yeah. I forgot her name there for a
Yeah,
minute. So I
so-
said Mama. I mean,
I like
Bob,
Mama.
Bob's
Sounds
up
good.
there.
Bob, Bindi, and Mama.
Yeah, that's it. Well, actually, I don't know what Bindy's doing at the moment. What's the son's name?
Yeah, he's Robert. isn't
Oh,
he?
Robert. Yeah, he's a Robert too. That's right.
He's a Robert.
Yeah.
So you got Bob.
Yeah, so the kids are staying home.
Yeah.
Damn kids. They always stay home, don't
Yeah.
they?
Don't want to get
No,
involved in it.
that's it, no
Not in the
problems.
politics anyway.
No, that's it. They got their own.
They're
you know,
too pretty for that.
Well, they got their own, web pages.
Yeah, Instagram followers.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
right. They don't want to upset too
Bob
many.
doesn't have anything like that.
No, same with
Terry.
same with Mama.
Mama. So yeah, so they went up protesting.
Well,
Of course they would, and that's their conservation park. That's what
exactly
That's
right.
what they are for.
They're saying, okay, so they brought up the okay, so obviously they know crocodiles, right? So they're saying, like, you take a crocodile. So obviously crocodiles are very protective of their area,
Yep.
right? They only stick to their area,
Mhm.
all right, and they will fight for that area. So what they're saying is, if you remove that crocodile, the next one down the stream is going to go, hey, he's gone. That's my new territory. So they move up into that territory. The
So
one
they're
below
basically
him,
getting a promotion. for
yeah,
not
pretty
doing
much. Yeah,
much,
that's it. You're going from deputy to
Yeah,
principal.
big cheese. Woohoo.
Exactly right. So they're saying that his idea is good, but in principle it doesn't work because the fact is they're just going to keep coming up the line.
Yeah.
And eventually you don't know how many's down the bottom of the line. So
By that
you
time
don't.
they've eradicated every single one,
Exactly right.
and there won't be any. Then.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same deal. Trying to eradicate the trillions of kangaroos that we have.
Well,
Yeah.
full of research that I did that we had, what was it, 42.8 million kangaroos in the country.
Kangaroos.
That's a lot of kangas.
I know. I have about 28 in my property
That's hopping crazy, eh?
alone, and they're still breeding joeys everywhere.
Yeah.
But
They're a problem. Anyway,
well, that's it. So
It's an interesting one, though. Like, I didn't think there'd be that many crocodiles to even warrant a problem, but Bob Catter thinks differently. I know he's a farmer, like,
Yeah.
and that's his
Yeah.
background, and
that's right.
but surely they're not eating that much.
No idea.
They're not pulling down herds of cows each day, surely.
Well, I mean, you have a look at those big, when those big wildebeest go across the rivers in Africa.
They get one.
That's it. Like you see, they might maybe get 10.
They're
So-
probably a bit quicker than cows, though, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it.
Cows.
But
are-
also, too, there's a lot more of them going through.
true.
And those Nile crocodiles, they're fucking massive.
Yeah, but we've got
We've got big ones up there, too.
our salties. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wouldn't think that there'd be enough kangaroos, crocodiles to worry about. But clearly, it's a Bob Catter issue that he wants to raise.
That's it.
And is he taking it to Parliament, or
Apparently so.
fair enough?
Yeah. So I think we might just follow this one. This could be
But
very
why not
interesting.
do it on all animals? Like, you talk about the hunt. Like, there's merchandise already there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you've got the croc belts, shoes,
Yeah.
hat. All that's there. It's great.
That's it.
Croc tooth on the necklace.
That's right.
Happy days. Good money spinner there.
Yeah.
But why not?
Crocodile
If they're
Dundee.
doing crocodiles, they're going to kill a few kangaroos as well, because they're a problem on farms.
True.
Having almost 43 million of them.
Oh,
That's almost numbering us 2-1.
yeah, well, same with rabbits, boar,
Drop bears.
drop bears. Jesus, I mean they're a beast.
Oh.
Like I mean they
Can't find them though,
They're very rare, very rare.
and they're in trees, so you can't really shoot in trees, like, because the bullets can go anywhere.
Funny you say. So have you been watching Kev the Yowie?
Kev the Yowie, that is
Kev,
hilarious.
you make me laugh because some of his eps, mate, are amazing.
They are good.
funny. Bloody hilarious.
They are good.
Bloody hilarious. Bit of tongue in cheek.
It is good fun.
Good fun. Anyway,
But what if you're going to go hunt? As I'm saying, expand on that Bob Catter's idea. If you're going to do hunting parties, great for the Indigenous community, because obviously they do a lot of traditional hunting anyway, like that. If they want to do a money spinner for that as well and earn a keep and bring people to their area,
Yep.
they can do the welcome to country when they rock up.
there you go. There we go.
Yeah, hey, we'll circle back.
You heard this
But they-
first here on Andy and Dave and Why Not Podcast.
It's funny. Circle back all the time. But they could do that. That could be a whole thing, couldn't it? Like the
Well,
touring, like a hunting party. Not a hunting, it's a killing party, really, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus. This is getting worse.
It is. But no, because kangaroos are a problem. And you can go, I've done it, you can go to people's farms.
Yeah.
You can clean up their kangaroos for them because they are a problem
Yeah.
out in the farms.
They look dirty.
Yeah.
They're a good wash.
Yeah, and they will not necessarily pay you, but they will allow you on their land, on their property, to eradicate some kangaroos.
Honestly, I mean, they're probably getting a little bit of the meat as well, I'd say.
They do, and then some of them do want it.
Yeah.
I went to one years ago outside. Where was it? Out the back of Burke. Oh, back of Burke.
Back at Burke.
And they didn't want any bar. They just wanted numbers
Yeah.
because they sort of knew how many are on,
Yeah.
and they were just keeping count of numbers because they were ruining their crop, their
crop.
farming.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is fair enough. And we would just give them a number at the end of the 4 or 5 days we're there.
Yep.
There was other people on there, and it was all very safe. It was all very above board. They gave you a permit, all that sort of stuff. Gave you an area to go around and look at.
Yep.
And just like that, surely if Bob Catter could actually extend that, not just to crocodiles, but to other areas and killing our Aussie coat of arms.
Delicious. Get in.
And there's the byproduct of it, of course.
That's right. You
You've
get
got
your
the meat.
skins.
Got the skins,
You
got the
get
meat.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see
This
what
is
happens.
this isn't for the vegans, by the way. As you could probably clearly listen to, it's we've gone the other path. But a vegans, if it's done, for
mainly.
for living reasons rather than just fun and games.
So what? You have to go out there and
I don't
know,
fucking
physically
know.
will it to die?
Sure,
Stand
I-
at it and stare at
I
its
reckon
eyes?
a crocodile
Make it-
would die if a vegan went out there and started talking to him about veganism. The crocodile would freaking give up and roll over and just go, I'm done.
So you reckon send all the vegans out there?
Yep,
So Bob Catter, instead of doing the whole Aboriginal thing, and just send the vegans out,
send the vegans out.
and they can talk to the crocodile
Yep.
about don't eat the cattle.
Yep, don't eat meat.
That's it.
They can go out there with their placards and they can throw blood over the crocodiles and see what happens.
Maybe they throw blood on themselves.
Yo, that'd be fun, eh?
You know how they normally do that? They'll
Yeah.
go out there and they'll throw blood on themselves
Yep.
and make it look like they're a slaughtered animal. They should go out and do that in front of the crocodile.
And see who, yeah.
You know, then the crocodile might look at that and go, "Yeah, I've been doing the wrong thing my whole life.
Yeah, sorry.
I agree now. I
Yep.
think I should, yeah."
Thank you for raising that.
But it's a freaking prehistoric freaking animal.
What-
It's been
what-
doing it
do
for
you say-
fucking
did the-
millions of years.
So is the writing in hieroglyphics?
Oh, here's a little quiz for you.
Oh,
So,
fucking hell.
all right. So, Dr. Carl, you know Dr. Carl?
Oh, how good is he?
He's an awesome man.
I love his shirts.
Love him. Yeah.
His shirts are so good.
You know what I like about him best? If he
Is-
doesn't know anything,
Yeah.
he says, "I'll find someone or I'll do some research on it." And he states quite often,
not
not
our
us,
style.
not us. And he states quite often, he says, "I'm not a smart, intelligent man. I just know how to remember stuff. That's it. He just remembers stuff."
I'm not smart nor intelligent and I don't remember anything.
Exactly right. So anyway, so obviously, so the other animal that's prehistoric are birds, apparently related to dinosaurs.
Yeah, they
Right.
say that. I doubt it.
I
But
know, anyway,
I'm allowed to be
I know.
that guy.
Okay, so chickens are birds.
Yes.
So apparently they're
Stupid birds.
Yeah, well, apparently dinosaurs. So now, so if all humans were eradicated from the earth in whatever catastrophe or whatever happened, right? Another species come along, intelligent species, could dig up the, you know, all the ground and everything else.
So you're talking alien archaeologists.
Yeah, okay. So if they came along,
Cool.
right, and went, okay, we want to find out what the dominant species was on this planet, and they dug up the ground, right, they would find trillions of basically chicken carcasses because we eat so much chicken. Chicken is the most edible protein in the world, right? So they'll think, hang on, there were so many of them, they must have been a dominant species.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
Food for thought.
there we go.
Even the crocs eat chickens because that's what they jump out of the water and
There you
feed
go.
them. You know? That's an interesting take on everything.
Uh-huh.
Chicken
So
bone.
what-
Now I'm just picturing, like Terminator 2, under the river. That when they go into the river, they step on the skull, all those human head
Yeah.
skulls on it.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing chicken bones like that. Everywhere. Just walking on, down on the beach, just walking on chicken bones.
Chicken bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of wishes to be made out there.
Have you? Anyway, remember as a kid, like how big the chicken wishbone used to be?
They were on. Yeah,
You
I
know.
know what you're saying.
Now, no, like anyway.
All old things are good and bigger.
I've got no comment to that, but you're right though.
That's true.
It's the end of the line for that one. It's always bigger when I was older or later.
Oh,
Maybe.
I'm only as awesome as I used to be. But yeah, but you talk about obviously why not have those hunting games going back? Other animals we've got some problems, and you mentioned one like the rabbits, clearly an issue, doing all the problems they're causing. Why not? Yeah, make something of it,
Yeah,
a revenue thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be international thing or whatever, but for the communities, there should be something on offer for that.
Yeah.
And I know you said the Indigenous doing the hosting of the organised killing group.
Yeah.
Surely that's a good thing, isn't it? Like it's a money spender. Maybe not crocodiles because I just don't think there's enough crocodiles out there. Just to me, I've never heard of it being. I know they're getting slowly further and further south as time goes on, because obviously they can swim in both water. They can actually go out to the ocean and come in another way.
Yep.
Which is what they do. But in Northern Territory, top end and all that sort of stuff, they're not travelling huge distances because they can't, because everything dries up. The wet season comes along, they move along. I just don't see it being a huge problem, crocodiles.
No. Actually, there was a
I
young
don't get it.
guy just recently who got in trouble by the RSPCA or whoever look after crocodiles and lizards and reptiles.
Mick Dundee, mate.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Now, I can't remember what part of Queensland he was. I know he was down this way somewhere. Maybe up around Gympie or somewhere around that. I know it was close to here, but not that close at all.
Jimpai, yeah.
But apparently he reckons that, I'm far wrong. It wasn't Gympie, it was further up. Anyway, so apparently he says he found this baby crocodile.
I saw that in the news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
found
Wasn't he Rocky? I think might have been
Yeah, somewhere
somewhere up there.
Yeah, so I found this baby crocodile. I thought, I know this thing's having a hard time. I'll look after it and make it all strong and everything else, and and then I'll keep it as a pet, or I might release it. Mate, you can't do that.
No. Have you ever held a little baby croc?
Yeah, the way
They're so cute, eh? Their bellies are so soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cool little critters. They
Yeah.
stink like nothing else, but most babies do.
Yeah, so
But yeah,
we'll see how that one pans out.
I reckon-
there's gonna be more in that.
I kind of like the vegans going out there with their placards, a group of them standing on the banks of a little creek or a billabong and, hitting the ground with their pallet, going off at the croc saying, don't eat meat, blah, meat is murder and that sort of stuff, and see what happens.
Yep. We'll see what happens. It comes up in the news. We'll see what happens. There's more.
Damn vegans. Can we go into that now?
Okay, well, you really want to, don't you?
No, not really, but I just watch a lot of rubbish on some socials and bits and pieces about vegan. The problem I have with it, like obviously we touched on it before, that a lot of them are very aggressive.
Is that because they're hungry?
Possibly. Maybe they're lacking the protein,
Yeah. Do they get that out of spinach? Beans?
Why aren't they angry at cows as well for eating their grass? Anyway, but no, like they're so aggressive to tell you their thoughts. Right? Oh, you've got to do this. You've got to do this, and that, and the other. Meat is murder. All this sort of stuff. Don't be so aggressive, and it might get your message across. Like aggressiveness, no one listens.
No,
everyone turns off or just thinks you're an idiot.
That's right.
Like if you have a rational, civilized, adult conversation and raise your concerns, then the other person might actually join the conversation and tell you their thoughts.
Yeah.
I watch these videos, and heaps of people raise, I just think of Isaac Butterfield has a lot of arguments with vegans and all that sort of stuff over time, and his show. And they're all ultra aggressive. Like they go to people's farms and stop, sit on the machinery and try and stop them work. They go in the butcher shop, throw blood on it, go into beautiful 5-star restaurants and throw blood in. Why are you doing that? Like people are just living their lives, doing what they're making a choice. There's enough information in the world now.
Yeah.
If you want to go vegan, go for it. Don't force it on people. Don't be so ultra aggressive and go, you need to do this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Well, they're just doing that because they want the wow factor.
That's exactly right. That's what it's all about.
Well, okay,
but
so
you're not winning any votes, are you?
Okay, so the one you talk about, the one that he has the biggest gripe with. So Butterfield has a gripe. Obviously, she hates him and hates
vice
her and
versa.
everything else. So apparently, she has her own OnlyFans page that funds everything she does.
Yeah. So,
Like hypocritical. Like here I am supporting, explicit sexual content, so I can go out there and do this shit.
and pretend. I don't even think she actually, honestly, 100% believes it.
I
I don't think she believes it. I think she's literally doing it for
and
the
her boyfriend follows her around like a fucking
Didn't they
lapdog.
recently just get their passports taken from them, then allowed to
Yeah.
travel and
Yeah.
bankrupt? Like that's the thing. It's all rubbish. I just so aggressive and angry. Like these people are stopping. You're stopping people's lives for your agenda. They don't give a shit. You're actually making it worse for yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
I reckon if someone come into me in a restaurant or something like that and threw blood and started yelling placards, like, I don't know what I'd do. I kind of have a feeling what I know I'd do. I'd be right in their face. But you're losing all respect.
100%.
You're like,
as they say,
don't push it.
there's always a way to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends on how you go about it and how much you want to sort of push it.
And I reckon you hit the nail on it. It's all about likes, and they just want that wow factor. Oh look, I've got a million followers. Doesn't mean they actually care about you. They're just more intrigued about looking at how stupid you are.
Correct.
Like I would probably guarantee who we're talking about probably has 1 million plus people that follow her.
Yeah.
But I reckon most of them just follow it for the intriguing factor that, this is interesting to watch, but don't care about the cause.
No, of course not, 100%.
But they'll lean on
Yeah.
those 1 million followers to say, oh, look, I've got 1 million people behind me.
all these people behind
They're
me,
not
they
behind
they
you.
all believe what I believe.
They're watching the drama.
That's
because
it.
that's what we are.
Yeah.
as humans now. We love watching drama and other people live.
Well, of course, mate, because that's reality TV now.
It's reality TV. It's all this social
Actually, if
media.
anything, it's not actually even reality anymore.
It all started when people used to frickin' post, "Oh, this is what I'm eating for breakfast." Who gives a shit what frickin' Karen ate for breakfast?
Karen does.
Fuck. Keep it to yourself, Karen. Take a photo of my food. Just eat the fucking thing and move on.
I know.
Eat your meat,
It's she can't. She's eating the carrot.
and you can't have any pudding.
No pudding for you.
That sounds like a good song. But it's all about, the wow factor, which is massive. And the likes, got to hit the like button. It reminds me of, what is it? Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet, where it's all about getting likes so you can get money. It's just like, it's kind of weird, isn't it? It's a weird way to live.
It is very true.
Like,
Very true.
have an agenda, push it, so people will like to watch it, and then you make money out of it.
Okay, so there's a little bit off topic here, but it's one of my sort of
There
tangents.
is real no topic.
That's it. Tangent. Toys R Us
Toys R Us.
has now gone
Do they still
belly up.
exist?
Yeah, they've gone belly up.
There you go.
Basically, because kids aren't buying toys anymore. They're getting tablets. getting
Everything's on
phone.
the screen, eh?
They're getting laptops,
Mm.
new modern TVs. Like they're viewing all this stuff as well. So they're looking obviously not specifically that,
Yeah,
but
just
as they get older,
social
that's
media.
all they're doing.
Social media.
You know what I mean? So, and again, it's not really the kids' fault. It's us as parents' fault. We get busy, stick them in front of a screen.
It's an easy get. Oh, we've all
You know,
done it, and
that's it.
we all do it at some point. It's just
Well, my children, who are in their mid-20s now, mid to late 20s, right, we didn't do that to our kids. And now they're not even very minimally on social media. I'm actually more on social media than what they are.
speaking of, reach us in our social media, guys. Come on.
That's it. Just chat to us. Give us topics.
Yeah, send us
All right.
topics to talk about.
We don't care about likes. Just
No,
give us
don't
what you
likes. Just
tell us what you want to hear.
Open the conversation.
Open a
lane.
conversation for us. That's it. Connect. We need these so we can talk about stuff.
Yes.
All right.
Happy to talk about anything and everything.
Yeah. So, but in saying that though, in Europe, in England, young people under the age of 20, there's been a 12% drop on social media apps.
Why?
They just don't want to be on them anymore. They've had enough.
Have we oversaturated the market?
Maybe so.
Maybe there's a trend. It's got so to the point now it's going to go back down.
Well, they're saying because it's always like you've always got to reach this pinnacle. Like, you put a post out there, you've got to get this, you've got to get this. It's the accolade, or if you've got to get this, you've got to, I'm better than you because I've got this. You know what I mean?
It's a shit way to live, eh?
And most of them go, I don't really want to be on it anymore because, what's the point? I don't. So anyway, dating apps are the same. Dating apps are now dropping. People don't want to be on dating apps anymore. They actually want to meet people out in the wild.
Kind of the reason that you do it, isn't it? And so you can meet people.
Exactly right. But they don't. They actually want to meet people out in public now.
Yeah.
Because
It's
obviously,
funny how you and I met.
I can't remember.
It wasn't a dating app.
I think
It was out in the world.
out in the wild. So yeah. So again, like these things are now changing to the point. Like they're actually now rotating back.
Yeah, it's
they're
good.
going-
It's a
they're-
good trend.
You know what I mean? So how long as it
So
keeps
that's in
trending?
the UK, is it?
Okay, so the dating apps apparently is worldwide.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
social media thing is only happening in the UK at the moment. Now there was there was a little Netflix miniseries, amazing miniseries. They actually took cameras and there was no cutting to it. It was just run live.
Okay, yeah, cool.
I can't remember the name of it, but I'll find out and.
Oh, you're going
What
to
it is.
research. Oof.
Yeah, just need to find a name. And a lot of it had to do with sort of that because something happened on a media post and then it went viral. And it went viral for the wrong reason. You know what I mean? So,
I kind of hope that people are getting sick of it because it's just shit watching people. Like, we sit on there because we're trying to update our socials and things like that. Here we are talking about anti-social, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's kind of like you sit there and you watch just people doing the most stupid things.
again, just to get likes.
And I think, why do you want to degrade yourself that much?
Mm.
To do stupid things just to get likes and feel wanted.
Yeah.
And I know, I get it, and there'll be people who, I'm going to play devil's advocate, there'll be people here
Yeah.
listening going, oh, but it's self-esteem, people,
Yeah.
I get that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not, my opinion is the majority of people doing that sort of rubbish aren't in it for that because they've got low self-esteem.
Okay. So Sweden have now brought in that anyone under the age of 14 is not allowed to own a phone.
Well, we've got that coming in,
16.
or social medias, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or
social
phone,
media.
yeah.
You have a phone,
Yep.
right, but you can't access the social media platforms.
Yep.
I think it's is it 14 or is it 16?
Feel like, it's 14.
I think it might be the same. Yeah, but Sweden actually have bringing a zero phone.
It's a great idea.
Right.
It's a
Until
weird,
after 14.
It's interesting, but it's,
Yeah. So
it's interesting.
that where are we going to go from there? I know, but also too, it was actually Lila brought something up today with me that literally they're thinking about trialing, or something's going to happen, or I don't know. Someone's brought up an idea of at 6 o'clock at evening, right? Social media shut down. All right. So then you actually then have to talk and
No way.
talk and do
Interact.
with your family or whoever else.
Will that ever happen, though? Because there's so many people these days that make money.
Yes.
Their livelihood is social media.
Correct.
Like what we're doing right now.
That's right.
We're not making a livelihood out of it, but this is what we know.
No.
But there are obviously millions of people out there that
Yeah.
literally make money. Their whole life is based around it. Like, would it ever happen because of that? Because they're going to lose income. They're going to lose.
Oh, for sure.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah. So,
I
and
There you go.
no, you're right.
I think it comes down to what you talked about before, parenting.
Yeah.
It's not your right to be on social media. Like, it's not your right to have anything. It's a privilege.
Correct.
And it needs to be a learned thing. It's not something you just do. There needs to be some controls around it.
Yep.
And there's so many kids out there that just have access to anything and everything.
Yeah.
And that's wrong.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's bad parenting. I'm just, from my opinion, it's not the right thing. It should be controlled a little bit more.
But as I was saying, so there was nothing, and then it was here, and now obviously it's reached, well, let's say it's reached its pinnacle, and that starts to taper away. Now we don't know if it's ever reached its pinnacle yet, but
No, we don't, yeah.
you know what I mean? But I reckon if someone looked up or whatever else, did some research, I can guarantee that the apps that were made 10 years ago, or how many apps were being generated 10 years ago, is probably less now, I'd say.
It's an interesting figure, I reckon it would be.
You know what I mean?
It would
Like
be
I reckon
interesting.
because the apps used to come like the new app next day, the new app next day, new app this day. Now you hardly ever you don't hear that anymore. You know what I mean? Unless we're out of touch.
It's a strong possibility there,
Hey,
Andy.
That's it.
But, we are out of touch. We are of a generation where we would much rather sit down, have a beer, and talk to each other face to face, like we're doing right now,
Exactly.
because it's, I don't know, it's just nice. But as I said, I'll go back. There's plenty of people out there that are very uncomfortable doing that, and that's why platforms were made was to connect in different ways.
Yeah.
But then it just sort of went boom in different directions.
Okay, so here's a scary one for you.
I like scary.
There is an app out there where you can just dial into it, and you don't know who you're going to get on the other end of it.
Yeah.
I know, like I'm talking like there's kids who jump on there,
Yeah, that's just wrong.
and then there's a petty on the other line, and literally this is FaceTiming on this app.
No, that's wrong.
Like it is horrific.
That's wrong.
And again, I can't remember what platform I seen that on, and they actually, I think it was on the SBS platform, and it was one of the guys, and he was actually showing
What? Showing it happen?
actually
live?
what happened. He actually did it,
That's fucked up.
and they actually got a young girl. I think she was 15, I think, and they obviously went, okay, got consent and everything else. we want you to do this and see what happens. Literally, the first thing up was a petty that wanted to show her, his dick. Second was a bunch of three girls from America, and they were laughing, giggling. They go, "Oh, do you know why you're doing this?" They went, "Yeah, we want to see some old man's dick."
Fuck hell.
And it's like, okay, so they know about the app, they know what it is, and it's like, no way. You know what I mean? Like it's all sorts of wrong. But anyway,
Can I?
So-
Yeah, you're right. No, you go. I'm going to go tangent again.
okay,
In a
go
second.
tangent
No,
because
in a
I
second.
was at the end of that anyway. Because of the fact I was just like, how are we going to control that? Because obviously with the dark web and everything else, like
Dark web.
you can't. Yeah, I mean that's not in the dark web. That was just.
I
an
don't
app.
even know what the dark. I know what it is. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even know how to even do it. I'm not even interested.
Yeah, nor am I.
Don't care.
Anyway,
All right, I'm going to tangent here because the word has come up. Pedo. Yeah, I'm going on there.
Yeah.
I'm going there.
yeah.
I'm going there. I was going to say we've all been touched by it in some way. That's a real poor choice of
Oh,
words.
no.
But no,
It's all affected us somehow.
we all have an opinion on it. Everyone's got an opinion on it.
Yeah.
Everyone's thought about what, things, the situations and what it's like, because you can't not think about what they've done and that sort of stuff. That's where a sane person draws the line. You understand the heinous crime of it all and how just shit it is.
Yeah.
You got to understand it to know that it's bad.
Correct.
Right? Whereas a lot of these people that have committed those crimes don't necessarily see that line. So they
don't.
they're blurred. It's very blurred. They just do it. It's something they do. Now, what would you do with every pedophile that's been convicted?
You do know. Okay, so a little bit of insight here, people. Dave does know my backstory to this. I will not go in depth in it. But Dave knows where I stand in this aspect. So, yes, Dave, I would hang them up by their genitals until they died.
See, it's interesting because I reckon you get a different story from everyone, and it's definitely a personal thing.
Yeah.
Like some people will totally, just castrate whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But I kind of think if we go, it ties back into the social side of it. And even, hang on, I'll even loop this into how we started this conversation in a second.
Look out.
Yeah, I
Look
know,
out.
I know,
Dave is
I know.
learning something here, folks.
But, throw them all on an island. Like the old Alcatraz or, what's the one I've forgotten the one in Sydney now. What's the old jail there?
I went to see Midnight Oil there.
Yeah.
Cockatoo?
No.
It's Cockatoo Island. It's
Oh,
freaking hell.
yeah, that one near the Harbour Bridge. But put them all on an island and just let them go for it.
Yeah.
See what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Put some cameras, like it's Survivor, but pedos
Oh,
version.
I like where you're going with it.
But fuck me, that would be,
Yeah.
and I don't think anyone would actually give a shit.
Yeah.
It'd be just like let them go, do whatever they want,
Yeah.
and just drop in the odd supply here and there,
Why?
just to keep the entertainment going.
That's why you just give them more bodies. We'll give them more pedos.
But they're not interested in each other that way, though. That's the weird thing, because there's a mental imbalance.
They've got to eat, Dave.
They do, yeah.
So you don't feed them.
All right. So then I'm going to...
I call them because they're just freaking
See, in an
animals.
anarchist world, fucking put them out in some big, massive, million square kilometre land that's fenced, with a 15-foot high fence that they can't get out of.
Is that to keep the rabbits out?
Yes, that's a pedo-proof fence. And fucking hunting parties. They're only allowed certain ones and different coloured shirts. Is that like the Hunger Games?
It's exactly like the Hunger
Yeah,
Games.
there you go. But fucking those not just randoms. I haven't seen the Hunger Games. I've only seen bits. So
you've seen enough
forgive me
bits
if
then,
I'm-
haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen enough. Just in passing, but it's just random people in that, isn't it? They haven't done.
no,
Have they
they-
done anything wrong? Or?
No, they actually have different tribal families.
Oh yeah, I understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah, so-
But have they done anything wrong? The people that are in that.
Not that I'm aware of.
So yeah.
I think they just pick someone out there and go, you got to go in there. Off you
So
go.
we're in this million square kilometres. You've got the convicted pedos, and they all have to wear a certain colour, or they've all got something, tattooed on them, and that you get a license to kill that person. I've gone deep here. I've gone
I know,
all
don't worry.
fucking way off
I-
here.
I'm just sitting here just waiting for
I don't care because
the ending.
it's a shit. We've
I
all
agree,
got,
I agree.
we've got kids.
Yeah,
And fuck me. Like, if that's exactly where your head goes if it happened to your child.
Yeah.
Yourself is a different thing. You have a different feeling. But for your child who is in your care, that's like, yeah. I like your bit, just hanging them up by their genitalia and go and stone them or something. Paper cuts. Million paper cuts.
Million paper cuts.
That's got to fucking hurt, hasn't it?
Okay, so
And then Dettol.
What?
Spray Dettol on. Just for shits and giggles. Like a Dettol shower or something.
Did you forget to circle back this into something else as well?
No,
You kind of lost track again, didn't you?
I keep losing track, yeah. It's just like...
You're going to loop this back. How'd you loop that back?
I'm too opinionated.
I'm waiting for the loop
No,
back.
there's no loop. Fuck the loop. Fuck the loop.
You mean like feed them to the crocodiles? Is that what you're going
I
to say?
was going to...
Actually, could you hang them like they do with the chickens?
Well, they're not going to eat... Exactly, they're not going to eat
and
the
then
cows,
slowly
are they?
lower them down?
Then does that help the vegans that the cows aren't getting eaten, the meat's not getting eaten? It's actual...
Well, actually, here's an idea. It might save the cows, but then vegans won't have to worry about going out there. Will they be concerned about the pedo?
Yeah, that's true.
Really? Okay, vegans. Is there any vegans out there?
All six of you.
What do you think?
I don't care.
Tell us your opinion.
I don't care if you're vegan. Be a vegan. Just don't force it on me.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, we've circled back. We've looped it back. So the pedos are getting fed to the
crocodiles.
hung up above off the tree branch. And do you see Robert Irwin at the zoo doing?
No.
Sorry.
No.
I'll stop.
No.
I'll
Dave,
stop.
that's enough.
I've gone too far.
No, you told me when you go
I know.
too far, I got to tell you.
I know. There's
That's
a
too far.
line.
You
And I
crossed
didn't. I didn't. I jumped it.
Yeah, I know.
I
You
jumped it.
leaped over it and you fucking bolted.
I landed 2 feet and I'm gone.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting with this whole crocodile scenario goes. I reckon there'll be more to it.
I like what I said.
Yes.
I'm sure Bob Catter can circle around to that.
Okay. Well, Bob Catter's got social metering. Maybe we can send him that as an idea.
That is. I wonder if he'll float that at
Yeah.
Parliament.
Yeah.
He's pretty out there, so he might.
You can get rid of. Well, we can get rid of a lot of those guys or peoples.
He's
or
an interesting
persons.
fella.
Yeah, well, surely.
Yeah, under his
Have you
top hat.
Okay, so you know the big cassowary.
They're
things?
angry fuckers, by the way.
Yeah. Apparently, when you go down from Cairns going up to what's the top of there? My brother lives up there, top of the hill up in the Cairns.
Cooktown?
No.
Cooktown's up
No.
top of the hill.
I can't also
Up Atherton Table Inn and down
Yeah,
and around.
yes. Anyway.
Anyway, up that way.
Yeah, so apparently the road that heads up the mountain, apparently a lot of cassowaries are up there and getting hit by cars or attacking cars or whatever else.
They're angry.
It's because cars are going past. Anyway,
Well, get off the road.
so they're actually building a bridge.
Oh, yeah, cool.
All right.
They do that for koalas and possums and all that sort of stuff now.
How the fuck does the animal know that it has to cross the fucking bridge?
Because, like the crocodiles, we put a sign there. Cassowary Crossing.
Okay.
That's actually got a nice ring to it, Cassowary
So,
Crossing.
that's it. So Bob Catter was up there saying how many millions of dollars was spent so far on this supposed bridge, and apparently they've just realised, oh shit, we have to spend more now, because now somehow they've got to try and build this filtering fence line to try and feed them up over this bridge.
And that
Now,
takes
what they-
years
what
of
they-
study.
I know, but what they don't remember is cassowaries do have a plot of land they stay to.
They're ultra aggressive.
So they're
They
not going to
defend.
cross the fucking bridge.
They defend.
They're,
Well, why are they crossing the road?
They're going onto the road. It might be part of their land or the property of their little...
Well, the road was there.
Well, who knows? But anyway,
Maybe they're claiming it. They're putting their foot down and
I know.
their talon down and going, this is mine.
There you go. So yeah, so he's brought that one up as well. I don't know where that one's going.
So what's he on with the animals at the moment? Just
I know he's trying to save the cassowaries. He doesn't want the crocs.
doesn't want...
But he just doesn't want overpopulation of crocs.
Oh, does a cassowary can't beat a croc, unfortunately. So there goes that
Yeah.
crossover of
Yeah, there you go.
live entertainment.
Yeah.
Cassowary v croc.
We're just going to build like a big stadium, and we're just going to just line
like a
up everything.
MMA cage or something for crocs. And
I think that might have already been done. I think the Romans did that. I think they were called Colosseums. And they actually, you know what, they gave up with the animals. They put humans in there as well.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
We can put the pedos in there.
Fuck yeah.
Just go to town.
I see the human rights thing.
Yeah.
I totally see it. Like, yep, cool. But fuck me, I reckon I'm going to throw a number at it. And I'm going to say 82% of the population will be up for that.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
No.
It could be the other way. I may be the very small minority. But I reckon
I doubt that very much.
most people
mate.
would be up for that. Fuck him. Why not? Like, let's bring it.
I know.
The Colosseum. Let's
That's
build
it.
a new one. They're on about this bloody Tasmanian AFL stadium. Missing the point.
I know.
This is what we should be building.
Exactly. Then that'll be entertainment.
Van Diemen's Land. That's some atrocities down there. It'd fit right in.
There you go.
It would
Done.
fit right in.
They're scrapping that anyway, aren't they?
I don't know. I haven't heard the latest.
Apparently it's too much money.
Oh, it's a bit bucket. Oh, but would it be too much money if it was for that entertainment? I don't know. What would you call it? It's not Pedo Paradise. That's like a preschool or something. It's
No.
like a school sports carnival. Isn't it? Sorry.
That's exactly what they want.
Yeah. What would you call? We'd have to come on, people. Come up with a good name for it. Like, only if you want to sit on the fence with me and jump both feet over and land on it and be controversial, because it's good fun.
Yeah. That's it.
There's got to be a name for the stadium.
Yeah. No, I got nothing at the moment.
Pedo Pitfall.
No.
Remember the old Atari game, Pitfall?
Yeah.
That had crocodiles in it. And you had
you
to
go.
jump on their nose when they
Yeah.
closed their mouth.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm thinking names. I've got to stop.
Okay, so
Wow, how did we get on this topic?
do we get Russell Crowe back?
Krusty.
He was the gladiator. He could be on the microphone there. He could be doing like the announcer.
Oh, that would be great.
Because I reckon he'll be all for it.
He seems that sort of bloke, doesn't he?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Stage announcer sort of thing, like a ringmaster.
There you go.
Get him a big coat and
I don't think you want to be in the stadium though. I think
and then you just unleash. You announce, and then you get out. There's got a stadium. Yeah, we're doing it.
Are we?
Yep.
We're doing a lot of things at the moment.
I wonder if Elon Musk is on the same wavelength and would fund it.
He's South African. I reckon he would be.
It's a possibility.
Like, I reckon he'd be right on board.
I don't think he'd come out publicly, but I reckon if he funded it and had his name in the background, well, Tesla's going to shit, so he might. He might want to.
Him and Trump had a falling out.
He might want to
That was
boost
always
his
gonna happen.
profile up by killing all the pedos for
Yeah,
live
true.
entertainment on what's his platform he owns?
No idea.
One X, is it?
No, that's.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Whatever he owns. Maybe he wants to put live, and you got to subscribe to it for $49 a month or something. It's a good $49 spent.
Would he just get like the Cybertruck and just drive it through there just to run and film over or run over?
Oh, that's kind of boring though.
Yeah, true.
Unless there's cameras on the Cybertruck that every angle that you can see every detail.
Hey, the Cybertruck could be in there as the
As the camera.
film
Yeah,
camera.
remote control.
There you go.
No, I want to be in it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't want to drive one though.
Actually, I seen one on the freeway the
Look
other
like a
day.
fucking idiot.
On the back of a truck.
Look like an idiot.
Like literally.
Seriously.
Who's bought a Cybertruck in Australia?
Who in Australia buys that?
Well, someone has.
What a toss.
I was on the back of it. Like,
And
literally
if
on
you're
a
hearing
car,
this,
car carrier.
you're a tosser. All you want is people to look at you.
Well, it was actually in the Gold Coast.
Oh, no fucking surprise. If you're going to pick anywhere, it's the Gold Coast, isn't it?
It was going to the Gold Coast, mate. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, I wonder
So-
where.
so-
Somewhere on the canal there. Some
Oh.
fucking dickhead. Broad Beach.
Right, more than likely. You know, probably he's got his unit up there on, on Surface Paradise.
If you hear this and you own it,
Contact us.
bring it. Why? Just tell me why. And it needs to be a good reason.
Maybe because he had the
Oh,
money.
it fits the family and kids. Fuck off.
So does a Pajero.
You just look like a fucking knobhead. Oh, look at everyone's looking at you. If you went and bought a 1952 Chevy Corvette, everyone's looking at you.
Yeah,
Everyone's going, "That's cool."
that's right.
Not a Cybertruck.
Exactly.
You look like an idiot. You're thinking if someone in the Chevy, the Corvette, 1952, nice, beautiful.
Yeah.
People are looking at you, going, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yep."
Oh, except for the environmentalists.
Nah, yeah. But then someone looks at the Cybertruck, and they've only got one opinion of you.
Yep. You sold out.
Yeah, you're a dickhead. But for going back to task here, for our Colosseum-like thing, the Cybertruck kind of has to be there if old Muskie's funding it. So we're sort of stuck on that one. But it's a useful thing. It's not just a show pony thing. It's a camera. It's our camera truck.
I'm just thinking here.
Am I too violent for this, or is this okay?
I don't know. It's okay with me.
Sweet.
So with the enhanced games,
Yeah.
all right, maybe the inventor of that, maybe he's Australian. He's from Brizzy. Lives in obviously New York.
Daniel D'Souza.
D'Souza.
Is that his name? Daniel?
Maybe
Or something
maybe
D'Souza.
this might be something he might be interested in.
Ooh. He's a bit controversial, isn't he?
He is. He likes pushing those boundaries. That's
Maybe
why he's doing the enhanced games.
Oh, I just thought of what this is like. Remember the movie Running Man?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that. Buzzsaw and all that sort of
Yeah.
shit.
Again, like the Romans used to do.
Yeah.
It's not. This is not new.
Gladiators, the other TV show,
Oh,
which was a bit more friendly, but let's make it real. With battle axes and stuff.
it was just sort of
We are a violent-
foam cutouts.
Violent species. We are.
Well,
We've done that
It's
for-
kill and be killed.
Thousands of years we've done it. It's our natural progression in humans, just to destroy each other.
Well, that'll
And we've done it for-
that'll about and complain on social media.
Yeah, we've done it about the destroying. We've done it for years. We've entertained for years, and yeah, let's just take it to the next level.
Go back.
Musk.
Well, actually, have we hit the pinnacle and now we're coming back?
Ooh,
Like
human-
social media and dating apps and everything else. Like they're sort of now on a
we're
downward
on that
curve.
curve.
So are we now
Bit of a-
degressing?
Bit of a bell
Would we
curve.
say degressing or maybe still ingressing? I don't know.
Degrassi Junior High.
There you go.
Don't ask me.
Maybe going back that way. So
We're
Yeah.
receding like our hairlines.
you mean receded?
Receded.
Yeah.
You know what's annoying about us talking is my mind wanders with visuals.
I know.
And I'm just picturing, yeah. I reckon Tassie's the ideal spot for Australia because there's some good old blood history there in Tassie,
Well and truly.
right? Like especially with the Indigenous, where they slaughtered all of them, and Truganini, the last one, and just destroyed them all. We went around and killed everyone. Like that's the natural born place for this pedo games.
Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit off topic here at the moment. Okay, so
I went way off topic, so
No.
this could be bringing it back, mate.
no. Okay, so if all the Aboriginals in Tasmania were slaughtered and killed,
Yeah.
okay, all of them,
Ooh, okay, yeah, they were.
right?
Truganini, famously the last one.
How is there now relatives? They're saying they have a bloodline to them.
Because they got a bloodline. They're not,
So
they
you're-
don't all
so-
live in Tassie.
Okay, all right. So again, like we'll talk about in one of our earlier episodes, where basically they're point whatever percent.
Yeah, I don't think, and I could be wrong, but
Hang
I'm
on,
pretty.
boys. Hang on.
Oh,
There we go.
my. I don't think there are any pure Tasmanian Indigenous people anymore.
Yeah.
There's bloodline that goes
Yeah,
back to a
yeah.
certain percentage, but I don't think there's any true, because they were
Yeah, of course. They were massacred.
pretty much.
Pretty much massacred.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
could put or a bit convicts there, like this kind. Okay.
Why
Anyway,
not?
so
Why
yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Martin Bryant, is he still alive or is he dead? Port Arthur massacre. Because he's a good shot. Maybe we could put pedos down there. What did he killed 30? I'm going to get this wrong. 31 people, and I think
I have been there. You think I remember
I
this?
think he had like 38 shots. And
So he's a
killed 30
marksman?
So
Is that what
he's
you're trying to say?
pretty damn good. So the pedos have got no chance. Or do you give them some sort of chance where
No.
the sights are off and you have to?
No.
But they're on the run.
No.
Okay.
They've had their chance.
They've had their chance. They blew it.
They chose to do what they do, so now they have no rights and no chances.
They blew it. That's what they're hoping.
Oh, that's wrong.
It is wrong, but But no, I say this with sincerity, and that's what I said. What I said before is, you know how heinous and gross the act is,
Yeah.
but you have to You don't have to visualize. You have to have an understanding of what they're doing is wrong, and the only way you have an understanding is you're picturing. You know what's involved. What's wrong? So we've had that thought. Well, we haven't had the thought. You've understood it. You've got to understand the act to know it's bad.
That's right. Exactly.
And it's a learned thing.
And you don't agree with it either.
No.
You choose not to do it.
And as I said, like I think your brain is lacking that part, the function or whatever it is, if you think that's an okay thing to do. Like that's a massive. That could be a massive conversation. Like we've been involved with people with some brain injuries, and you know there's things that cause. There's a reason behind most things.
That's right.
That is one that I don't really want to know, but at the same time I want to know, because if there's a way that we can change it, fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
That no one should ever go through that.
For me, it's too close to me.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So, literally, what was told to me was they loved all females, regardless of the age, and that stimulated them,
Yeah,
right? So, they didn't know the boundary, apparently.
But how do you?
But again, okay, so this person, right, had a well-paid job, was in society, right? This happened for years and years, right? And it was just, literally, and then was caught, obviously, went to jail, right? Now out of jail, now, stood back in our society, saying that no, they're okay now. Okay. I find this very difficult. If you've had those thoughts and that's how you think, how does that change going through that time, all that time, to now when you're back again, to go, oh no, that was wrong. Like that was wrong. Like what chemical balance, what changed?
Nothing changed, and that's
You
the
know?
whole point of anyone that is convicted, then they're released into society under a watch. And I know there's been some controversy around the community get told that there is someone that is convicted moving into an area. You're right. Like leopard can't change its spots like that.
No,
Not like that.
I believe not.
There's a massive malfunction somewhere or a chemical imbalance. There's something wrong internally with you if you think that's okay at any point in your life.
Agree, 100%.
Regardless of if you do it or not.
Yeah.
If you're thinking that, there's something wrong, because it is not human nature to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's not a thing.
That's right.
We protect the young. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And you get back like a convicted pedophile gets popped in an area, and everyone complains they're within a school. If you're in a suburb in anywhere in a city, there's schools all around. There's nowhere that you can't put someone, release that person, where there is not a school within a certain distance.
Correct.
Like try that in Brisbane. Like, it's not going to happen.
No.
So
Even if you go out, like say, you put them out in outback country, it doesn't matter.
you're still living in a town.
That's right.
And there's still a school somewhere there.
Exactly right.
Like it's just.
So
the
again,
answer
we
is
put them in the Colosseum.
Thank you. See, we always circle back to something, and today is that.
And we want Bob Catter to be involved in it because we need the crocodiles up here.
They can all fit under his hat.
This is a big hat.
Yeah.
big brain under that hat because he always comes up with ideas.
Yeah, he's got plenty of ideas.
I know.
But yeah, it's a huge topic. Like that is a massive topic, and
It is, and to be honest with you, I don't feel comfortable talking about it.
no, that's why we're just touching
I'm-
we're on the
yeah.
very broad outer skirts
Yeah,
of it at the moment. So.
This
And it's
this will-
good to be uncomfortable
it has-
about something.
very well and truly uncomfortable.
There
about
is
it.
always, you don't have to talk about anything and everything.
No, that's right.
Like, you can touch on it, but you
No,
don't have to
not-
go in depth. Like,
that's
we
it.
can just touch it,
Yeah.
and it's like it's. Nah, I won't go there.
Yeah, no.
I'm not being rude.
So at the moment,
I was just gonna be.
at the moment. It's like I've gone far enough of where I
Yeah.
want to talk about
Yeah, no.
this situation. I'm not saying that I don't want to talk about it. It's like still very raw.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it happened many years ago, like decades ago. But again, this is now something that doesn't fill my mind, but it's there. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm ignoring it or ignoring it's there, but it's always going to be there.
and no,
You know,
and,
and like,
the thing is,
as much as like her innocence was taken, it almost feels like my innocence was taken.
you're strong of mind to be able to deal with it and put it
Yeah.
in a spot where you don't need to really
Exactly right.
let it, not control your life, but
No.
dictate certain
Exactly
things in your
right.
life. So
Like it's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
it's
And
never going to go.
anytime that it pops up or anywhere like that, I have the emotion that goes with it. You know what I mean? And I really don't want that emotion to go with it. I want to be rational. But again, I still want to hang them up by the fucking testicles and let them rot.
Fuck
But
it.
again, I should be a better person. I shouldn't
You
want
are
that.
a better
So
person.
I should
No,
think
no,
that,
no, no.
but
So
again,
it's-
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten to this point where I know that I say that that's what I'd like to happen, but more than likely it's never going to happen. But it's okay.
Wishful thinking.
But,
Hey, we're allowed to think and talk.
exactly right. So,
That's where we're at.
yeah.
Join the guys on site for a chat and ask why not with their special Out in the Wild episodes. Keep an eye on their socials for details and locations.
Anyway, it's a good chat so far. Enjoying this.
Where else can
it-
we spin off to?
Even though we started with Bobby.
And crocodiles, and then we ended up going all sorts of different directions.
Oh, hang on. Let me just open up my telephone with all my
No.
social apps on it.
What is that, old Filofax? Or what is oh, yeah, something like that. Flipagram? No,
I have no idea.
that sounds like druggy sort of thing.
Oh, see that the Monash fertilisation down in Victoria screwed up again and gave the wrong embryo to another couple.
What do you do?
Seriously.
If you're the couple, what do you do? I haven't heard, the one we talked about
Yeah,
previously.
the one in Brisbane. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually know the full outcome of that, eh? Like, what the...
Yeah.
Because I think we touched on it, but I think there's actually an outcome to what those parents are going to do.
Well, exactly right.
It's a weird situation.
So if they separate, who's paying child support?
Ugh,
Didn't we touched that one too, didn't we?
we talked about that.
Yeah. But anyway, so we'll get rid of that one. But so again, they screwed up. Right, same company. Right, obviously
Something's
one in Brisbane, one in Melbourne.
Really going on there, eh?
And it's almost like they're wiping their hands. It's like, well, okay, well, we've done the wrong thing. Yeah, we'll assess it and we'll make sure that we are writing the names on correctly. This time, with ink that doesn't smudge off. We'll get a better Sharpie. We'll be fine with a better Sharpie.
That's fucked up, eh?
I know.
Like, that changes your life.
So now with that poor couple, it's already in there. It's already starting to grow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So here's the point: is it going to be aborted, or are they going to take it to term,
Oh,
knowing what they know now?
you said
Think about
abortion-
that.
You brought up the abortion bit.
Hey, touchy. What do we do now?
Oh, I've been controversial already. Let's put the hammer down. No, it isn't. It's like what imagine the conversations as a couple that you're having at home about that.
Yeah.
It's not make or break on a relationship. I think it's
No,
just some deep. Yeah, what do you do? Like,
that's it.
are you at all interested in finding out the history of the persons
Or peoples.
that are
Yeah.
involved in
Yeah.
that embryo, or
That's it.
what do you do? Because it is you, but it's not you.
Yeah.
Especially for the female, like the
Yeah,
the
once-
female's growing it.
Once it's growing it, that's
Yeah,
right.
but
They
the male-
get attached to it. And
What
they
are
go,
your thoughts on
yeah.
that? That it's not your.
Yeah,
You think it is, but it's not.
yeah, I know. I like this now because Dave's now sitting up in the chair without his feet are now off
Yeah,
the stool. He's
I've-
getting serious.
I've
I like this.
planted
I
now.
like
Here we
this
go.
look.
I do have a serious look every now and then.
Yeah, so I mean, this conversation is not. Do you
And
want,
again,
if you want the
personal.
potatoes whole, or do you want to mash tonight? You know, it's a serious conversation. Like, okay, so if you were in that situation,
I'd like to say I know how I'd react, but I don't know if I would. It's one of those old things you don't know, and
yeah,
fight or flight sort of thing. Yeah. What I would do, I think, is what if I sit here now, nice, stern, and very correct posture, is I would let it go, let it run its course.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you're nurturing.
Yeah.
It would always be in the back of my mind.
Mhm.
Can't deny that. Like what we talked before, it's in your mind.
Yep.
You're still together doing this journey.
Yeah, correct.
It's not like you watch someone pork your missus and in front of you, and it's not that.
Exactly right. But also, too, I mean, you be open and honest with the child, and then they have
Choice.
choice to go and find their biological parents. But I stand with you. Like, I would take it on, 100%.
It's still within your
whatever-
partner's
Exactly right.
womb. It's still there. It's
Yeah.
all that.
That's right.
Do you just, when you're due at the same time with the other mother, do you just do a swapsy in hospital?
Oh God, double swapsy.
Yeah, just a swapsy. Like,
What was that?
if they're in the same hospital, do they just, the nurses go, oh, these are these two. Should we just do a quick swap?
Well, how do you know that they're going to? No. It has happened.
Twins, the movie Twins.
Oh, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Because they look so alike.
Well, they were actually made up in a milkshake.
They were a milkshake.
The milkshake.
The milkshake brings all the bites. Yeah, damn right. But no, yeah, it's an interesting, and I think we should actually follow these stories because it'd be interesting to see.
You don't have time.
I can try and make time, but it's really intriguing because this is something close to my heart again. Yeah, how you'd approach it as a couple.
Yeah.
And I think it's that old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. That's probably the point in that one.
Okay.
Like, you need a few people around you to support you in that. Like,
Yeah,
it's
well,
a
surely.
massive thing hanging over your life.
Well, with the couple that's in Brisbane, obviously the child's 2 or 3, I think.
Well, it was, yeah.
It was only young.
But what?
But they're being in Brisbane, there's got to be. Come on, folks. There's someone here that would know who these couple is. Would
Yeah.
love to have them sit down and have an interview with
You
them.
can be anonymous. I don't
Like-
care.
Like, would love to know your deep thoughts
Just
on
the thoughts.
how what's going on, what he's doing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Please contact us.
It's an interesting one because it's a story that probably should be out there a bit more because obviously it's happened again now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, how many times it has happened?
We don't
but
know.
and
I
they've
haven't
only
been
just been caught out.
Don't know. Yeah. Could be a huge thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting. Like, it's the whole. Do you go term or do you have abortion or there are because for me it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do.
Yep.
I'm not going to judge you in any way or any shape or form. But
Okay.
it's a huge thing to think of. Like that, you don't have time to think about it, but you're also on a time crunch that you have
Correct.
to think about it.
Okay, so say that the baby dies, right, internally, right, and it basically it's a still death or whatever. It's safe to say this, or it doesn't come through. Do they go back to the same people that had their eggs and everything else, hoping they've got the right for a second round?
And how do
or a
they
third
confirm
round?
that? Like you can't
Yeah.
confirm it, can you?
No,
It takes months and months
because
to get to that
the
point.
Sharpies come off.
And if they've
Like,
fucked it
would
up
you give
once, you go on there again.
Exactly right. Like,
Ooh.
so if you went to an Indian restaurant, right, and you asked for the korma and you got a vindaloo, you
You're
went
not
back.
going-
You went
yeah.
back there the second time,
Yeah.
and the same thing happened.
You're not going back.
You're not going back, are you?
No, you've learnt your lesson.
Exactly right.
Once bitten.
Exactly right. You
Twice
get
shy.
you go to Thai instead. You know what I mean? So again, like that's something that you got to think about too. Is like, okay, so obviously they can't have children for a reason. So maybe that's all they've got left. Do they go back, hoping that you know they don't get a Danny DeVito or an Arnold Schwarzenegger?
That is true. That is true.
The best way to catch Andy and Dave is through the socials on Instagram and Facebook. Just punch in and Why Not Podcast.
Yeah. So I mean, that's again, it's obviously the second time it's happened.
It's
So-
bizarre, isn't it? It's just for me. It must be really regulated. Obviously, again, close to my heart. I understand the process and everything. Surely they've got some stringent processes involved for this not to happen.
Okay. So
Like it's
obviously,
medical.
after you go donate your sperm and you donate your eggs,
Mm.
right? Okay. And literally, I'm thinking as I'm talking here.
The hand
folks,
gestures are coming out,
Right,
right,
right.
guys.
Right.
Just so
So
you know.
I've gone.
And he's not gesturing how the sperm comes out.
Right. So once they obviously put them together,
Yep.
right, and they drop them in the vial, everything else, they put them in the flask, right, and deep freeze them. Maybe you should be able to take them home with you, so you know they're yours.
Chuck him in the freezer for a TV meal. No,
Well,
sorry.
And then literally when you're ready, you can take yours back in your little stainless steel
Yeah, there's a
thing
whole.
and go, here, these are mine. Can you
Are they been
inseminate these?
quarantined properly and all that? Yeah, but it may get to that point if they keep fucking up.
Rogue. Black market on.
It's really interesting because I've been heavily, obviously involved in this, and it's interesting that when they take the sperm and they do all that, they actually do it in front of you. They inseminate. They do the insertion into the embryo. You watch it on the screen.
Did they watch you when?
No, it's pretty epic.
How do you
But-
know? How do you know it was yours then?
I had very sore testicles to prove that they took them out.
Oh, so you got yours in like out.
Yeah, it's
Not-
they literally jackhammer your balls
Oh,
and pull the little bastards out. Yeah, it hurts. You're under, but you wake up
well, not
like
really.
you've been kicked in the
not
nuts.
the sounds of it.
Yeah,
If you can remember all that.
it tickles. So I'm bloody well hope they are mine. I can't deny my kids, unfortunately. They are me. Sorry,
Yeah, don't. The genes run deep in my part of the family.
they're definitely me.
Everyone looks at my kids and goes, "Yeah, that's definitely you."
And it's just an industry that this shouldn't happen.
They're all doctors.
Like
Medical
it is,
professionals.
and we haven't even touched on it. The amount of money that you pay
Mhm.
for IVF,
Yeah.
you're like, a refund isn't what you're after, but there's got to be, like, surely, like, what would you do? Like, would you be asking for your money back?
Well,
but
that-
you've got
that's
what
it.
you wanted,
Yeah.
but it's not yours.
Yeah.
But you've paid. I don't know, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
Like, but surely you haven't got the service you kind of wanted because they've gone other ways.
Well, this is true. Wow.
But you're right in what you said before about if it's happened twice that we know about.
Yeah.
Like how many are out there and, you're looking at your kid going, are
Yeah,
you sure there,
yeah.
mate?
Yeah.
Both mum and dad are blonde and you've got black hair.
I was going to go a little bit further, but anyway.
Yeah, you go there. We've got time. Go for it. But it's
yeah.
interesting though. Like it shouldn't happen. I just find it a disgrace that it would actually happen. Like that conversation as communication in any relationship is difficult as it is.
Yeah.
But that is another realm of conversation.
Oh, look, I would say that, I would hope that most people like this, I'd say probably 90% of people would probably say, yeah, it is now yours. And
I
and go from there.
I think most people would probably go along that line. They may have differing thoughts, particularly. They might go, that's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
but not necessarily the right thing to do is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Because if you're just doing it to put up and to shut up, it's probably not the right thing because there's something eating away at the back of your head the whole time, going, no, this isn't right.
Yeah.
But you're just putting on a front.
Yeah.
See, we're getting too deep sometimes.
I know.
Why do we do this?
I have no idea.
This is not us. Woo! Rein it in, mate. Rein it in.
Well, I wasn't going to go down my little pedo path, but you brought that one up,
Yeah,
so I
it's
thought,
all
I had to, come back at you with the whole that one. So no, okay, all right. So what else?
That's interesting. Yeah, that is an interesting one because it's happening. It's current. It's a story. Like it's developing all the time. It seems to be not a one-off.
Okay,
And it's the same company involved.
correct. Okay, so here's one for you.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm ready to catch it.
So
You throw it.
Jehovah's Witnesses. So their belief is,
Lovely people.
all right, their belief is that literally they can have blood transfusions because your soul
Your soul, yes.
is in your blood.
Fuck, my soul's crying out, mate.
Right? Okay, so obviously we have a lot of fluids in our body,
Yes.
right? So
We're just talking about little
so,
ones.
So is everything that any fluid that in your body is part of your soul?
I know what you're saying. So they have kids. They're having sex. You pass them bodily fluids.
So their
Are
soul
you giving
goes,
your soul away
yeah.
when you? This sounds really scientific for our podcast. When you ejaculate inside the vagina, is that,
Okay, so it's your DNA, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, but part
Is
of
that
your
your
soul.
soul? Is that gone, skis?
So-
Gone on to make another bigger soul, or a smaller soul, or a split soul.
So you're losing a part of your soul, but you're growing a new soul. You're growing your new soul through a new body.
So I've come up with 4 kids. Do I have any soul left?
You're soulless. Yes,
I have been told that.
You're sold out.
Very good friend of mine. Her daughter called me Soulless Dave.
Wow.
She was 12 and she called me Soulless Dave.
How far did that cut you?
Not that much, actually. She even, to the point where they were holiday, I still remember this, very vivid. They I think it might have been Tasmania. They were holidaying. Again, Tasmania. Circles. They were eating a fish. It was sole.
Oh.
On the plate. She sent me a photo
Mm.
of the dead eaten fish
Yeah.
and said, "This is you, Dave.
A fish.
Soulless."
That's a smart 12-year-old.
Freaking brilliant, isn't it?
Fucking smarter than
I'm
me
not
and you.
naming her because she'll get a big head, but I think she's slightly older. So she's like 19 now, so this is out of her realm. So this is rubbish. No, it's a good point. Like, your soul's leaving your body, isn't it? In that case,
Yes,
if that's
Yeah.
the scenario that the Johos know,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Your soul's so. What if you bleed? Is your soul?
It's leaking out of you.
You're leaking out. What if so you bleed to death? I guess your soul's gone. Eh?
This is true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about sweat?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a bodily fluid. Isn't it?
Sweating is the worst. I hate sweating.
What about crying?
They don't cry. They're
Okay.
They're happy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what happens if you get a cold? You get a runny nose.
So the good soul mucus is leaving on the soul train.
Okay. What about when you do a wee? I know that was good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Though. I
You
sort
crack
of
back to the 70s there.
Yeah, I was sort of.
I can see you in the 70s.
I was
too.
proud of that one
Yeah,
actually.
big
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Bill,
Okay, so
I'm not even in the 70s. I still got them.
What about urine?
That fucks up their thoughts, eh? Do a shit.
Like I don't know.
Is
Is it just the blood that has the soul? There's something that's a liquid.
You know
in
what?
your body.
Next time I'm going to do number 2s, I'm going for a soul dump.
I'm a soul man.
Going for a soul dump. That's interesting. Now, it does fuck up their thoughts. If that's genuinely their thought, that is, because they don't do blood transfusions
Correct.
for that
Yeah.
reason, your blood,
Yeah.
that's your soul.
All right, front another one.
Can I just say, I'd rather live and have a blood transfusion if needed than
Yeah, I'm the same.
think it's my fucking soul
Yeah,
leaking out.
I'm the same.
Depends on the day of the week. Monday I'm not so much, but Friday I'm keen for a beer on the weekend. Or Wednesdays.
How would you feel
Ooh,
if you knew?
with my hands.
Well, yeah, exactly. If you knew that you're being tracked, are you one of these parents that like to track your children, or are you one of these people that like to track your partner, or
No.
know where they are, or something like
I
that?
don't know where they are now.
Don't know where you.
I don't know where I am. Tracked. Being tracked.
Okay, so apparently,
If I was being tracked.
so apparently, 1 in 5 children or people, sorry, in Australia, 1 in 5, right?
So that's
are being
2 in 10.
tracked. Yeah, that's right. Well done.
Hey.
These maths are great.
Woohoo! Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
That's it.
315, 420.
Wow, look at
That's
you
like a
go,
pie. Ooh.
mate. All that private education,
Aye, mate.
mate.
It's paying off.
Well,
So they're being
Okay.
tracked, actually, physically by a
Yeah.
partner or
by a partner,
not-
by
not-
parents.
so not a company. A physical,
No.
or just by a family member.
family member,
Hey,
partner.
shit.
Yeah.
Nothing to hide.
No, exactly.
But why do you feel the need to track someone?
I don't know. I feel the same as you. I don't know, but
My partner, she could be doing whatever.
Yeah.
I trust her. Do what you want.
Yep.
Yeah, you're over there. Cool. Yep. Yep. Good for you. You do what you want to do.
you do you, boo.
Yeah,
That's it.
Exactly. Like that's weird, isn't it? Tracking. I know it's a big thing because there's a whole, people throw GPSs on cars to see where their partner's going and all that sort of stuff.
There's depths of tracking,
I don't,
depths of everything.
I don't want to live like that.
So my partner, she obviously does, she set it up on my phone. She
Does stuff.
Does stuff. She set it up on my phone to see where I am, and I'm okay with that. I've got nothing to hide.
Exactly.
So
nothing.
She goes, oh, I know when to call you when you're driving.
That's for you. That's a different point because you're on the road a lot.
Yeah,
It's probably not a bad thing.
yeah, that's it.
There's a time and place. Like most things, there's a time and place. But yeah, no, not the whole tracking. It's funny because for my work, I've had to recently download an app for tracking of staff, a work alone sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if they're falling over, they're in the one spot for so long, it alerts. Blah blah.
Yep.
There's a time and space for that. That's a safety thing.
Correct.
But if you're just doing it to know where they are and try and pull them up on something,
Stalking.
It's almost stalking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Potentially down that track, isn't it?
yeah, well and surely.
Pardon the pun.
Uh-huh.
It's down that track.
Uh-huh.
Whew, I'm on fire. Somebody stop me.
Quick, get a bucket of water out of you, someone. Quick.
Yoo-hoo. No, that is actually interesting, isn't it? Like,
Yep.
Because I know.
Because that was the reason why parents going back, 20 years ago, 30 years ago when mobile phones come out, I'd like to give my child a phone so if something happens, they can call me
Yeah.
or I can see where they are, which I understand that as a parent and everything else. But I think that opened up the whole can of the stalking. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, it's
You know
a bit
what I
of
mean?
give and take. Isn't it?
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Like there's going to be people who use it for the wrong idea.
Yeah.
And then you have people using it for the right idea. You know what I mean? So,
But I think if you've got, and it's easy to say, harder to do, but if you've got the trust and the relationship with your kids and your partner or whoever,
Yeah.
there shouldn't be the need. If you're open and you're honest with your kids, especially at the age where they're doing things like teenage, they're out doing things and, they want to go to the shops and hang out with their kids, that's fine. Just let me know what time you're going to be home.
Yeah.
Have those open conversations and be a little bit more realistic rather than, I know where you were yesterday.
Okay.
Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me this?
So in this 1 in 5, most of the people are saying that the other person or whoever, peoples, they're, all been following each other and everything else, know this. So a lot of it has been an open conversation.
That's fine.
On, okay, yes, I do know where you are and stuff like that and everything else. So it is being used for a good reason. Now, I think, I believe that's probably more than 1 in 5. I think a lot of people, when they did this, they went, no, I'm not. But I reckon they probably are.
Yeah, potentially.
You know what I mean?
Some people see a bit of ashamed of it, you reckon?
Ashamed or they have a different agenda.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I reckon 1 in 5, I think's a little bit light.
And I know where you are at all times, Andy. Can you give me your app?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, because,
I'm keen to know.
Yeah, you'll know exactly where I am every time.
Woohoo.
It'll be like bedroom, driving, pub. And not in those order either. Could be anyway.
Could be at the same time.
Oh, actually, hang on. And Wednesdays doing our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. And by the way, if you
And
do,
why not?
And why not? And if you do want to catch up with us, we've got our Out in the Wild episodes, where if you want to track us, what we'll do is we'll
you're
put
good,
on our
you're good.
phone,
You could.
right, where we're going to be,
And you
at
can
what time we're going to
stalk
be,
us.
and you can come and stalk us. All right.
Well
so
played. You played that with a straight bat, mate. Front
I
foot.
know,
Well
mate.
played.
I know. I've been doing a bit of work on that
That's
front
good.
foot
Nice.
work there.
Nice
So-
drive, straight drive.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, okay. So did you hear about the sulfur crested cockatoos in New South Wales? Apparently, two of them get together. One of them, well, so they both fly down to a bubbler.
Are they kinky too?
Oh, I don't know, male or female. I don't know. Probably.
I like it already.
One of them will turn on the tap.
Yeah.
So like the little flip tap.
Oh, the
turn,
little flick.
flip
Yeah,
tap
you like the school.
bubbler. It's school one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
school
So
bubblers.
it will turn it on. The other one would drink the water, and then they'll change over.
Fucking clever.
Smart little fuckers.
Yeah, that's smarter than some kids I've watched trying to use them.
Remember back in our day,
There's some 10-year-olds
you'd
that
do
struggle
that,
with that.
and someone put a stick in it.
Oh, stick in it.
yeah, sort of put a fucking just like squirt it in
like
the
you're
eye,
a
or
porn star on cheap date night. Sort of
exactly
thing.
right. Or half the time you open it up and it's blocked, and
Or someone's put gum on it.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks, cockhead.
yeah, it's it.
Cockatoo head.
Cockatoo, crest,
Ah,
sulfur crest. Yeah,
reaching for some pun there that I couldn't get.
yeah. So
That is very clever.
well, I mean, so not. I don't really like crows, but anyway,
They do it.
Crows turn cane toads upside down
And
and know how to peck the guts out of them.
they also, again, I've watched it at work where one crow lifts up a bin lid
Bin lid. Yep.
and the other one gets whatever out, pulls it out, and then they start eating. It's pretty clever.
Why can't they do it the other way around? Put your rubbish back in when you're finished.
Bastards, they don't do that.
No.
They're very messy.
No. So not really that clever then.
Or are they just thinking, someone else will do it?
They-
Because they've watched
they don't give a fuck,
humans
that's what it
put
is.
it in the bin. Like, I'll just do that again. So maybe
They've trained us.
they're one up.
They've trained us.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So our animals training us though. So okay.
Oh yeah.
So-
well,
so-
I think it's in a Seinfeld episode.
What's that?
We walk the dog. We pick up the dog shit.
There you go. That's where I was going.
So
So a dog used to run around the paddock.
they're not
or
picking up
run
our
around
shit, are
everything
they?
else, and we used to go, here you go, you have the fucking scraps.
Yeah.
You stay outside.
So now they dine
Now
on.
they're inside.
Yep.
We're making special meals for them. We're taking them for walks and picking up the crap.
Who's-
Well played, dogs.
who's-
Well done.
They are the boss.
Well done.
Yep. Aliens looking down on us. They're just going. They must be the higher species.
Hierarchy?
Yeah, they're the top
They're not the
dog.
dominant one
Hang
because
on.
they're chickens.
I'm going to say it. They're top dog. Thank you. Thank you for leaving that open, Andy. I drove into that.
I was going to dive into it, but I thought, no, I can see it was in your mind.
Flying.
Okay, it's the same with horses. Horses, used to pull carts. Now we put them in the back of a trailer and we tell them everything.
Exactly.
I mean, they've got fucking legs. They can walk, can't they?
They can walk, but they used to pull us. Now we're pulling them.
Well done, horses.
Again, well
Well
played.
played.
Yep.
Well played.
Well done.
That's it.
What
Yeah.
other animals are like that? Thinking about it, there's probably heaps. Fuck cats. Cats are shit. Come at me with all you've got. Cats are shit.
You put them up there with the vegans?
There's a cage match. Cage match.
Vegans and cats.
Yeah.
Like, do you get one cat or do you get
Don't
like a
care.
whole?
They can. Oh, don't care. They
You-
all need to die. That's hard. The truth comes out.
Okay.
No. I don't like cat. I'm not a cat person, but they love me. Really not.
You know what?
They sense it.
I had the same thing.
They sense it.
I can
I'm sure
walk in
they know
here,
that you're you like
Yeah.
despise them, and
Yeah.
they'll deliberately play
They'll
on.
come over it. That's it. Yeah.
They're like, I'm so cute.
No, I
No,
want
you're
to
not.
pick
You know, that old song, I hate cats that wear cravats.
you.
Anyway, yeah, I'm sure. Like, we look after animals. Like, well, we're going back to what we're talking about
Yeah.
before at the start of this conversation is we do look after animals.
Yeah.
But we still dominate in the point that we are number one in the species, like in the hierarchy of the food chain. So we will never let it get too far.
that's because
We're
they
scared.
rely on us for food.
And we're scared.
Yeah.
Of what they can. What, Planet of the Apes?
Agree.
Fuck, I wish that would happen. That'd be cool.
Well, we're almost like apes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Are you Caesar or?
Whatever you want to call me.
I don't want to be Caesar because he was cool. I'm not that cool. I'm just the low dude in the corner, not saying or doing much, just chilling with a beer in hand and probably throwing a ball against the wall.
Yeah.
That's probably me.
Yeah.
And then when you yell out for me, I'm not listening because I'm not hearing you.
I'm busy. Dunk.
Yeah, listening to some music, throwing a ball against the wall.
Dunk.
And I'm sure my beautiful, loving partner will be saying, "Yep, that's him."
That's Soulless Dave.
That is Soulless Dave. Shout out to you. Call me Soulless. That is like it still haunts me and still hurts. It hurts a little bit. At 12.
12, soul fish.
Yeah.
And then she just that is
Soulless Dave.
that is
Send a photo. This is you. I have a soul. Unless it's leaked out of me in bodily fluids. And then I've gone.
JW, are you? Are you JW?
Oh,
Okay.
I wouldn't even know how to be. What do you have to do
I have no idea.
besides go around and knock on people's doors and
Give them pamphlets.
yeah, I could do that. It'll be you and I, our logo on NY Not Podcast. Knock on the door.
Like on a
Listen to this.
on a merch.
With a QR code. Download us. This is us. Yep.
There
Bang
you
bang.
go.
I could do that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me a Jehovah's. Just makes me awesome
Yes, it
for
does.
promoting our stupid chats. They're not stupid.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh on us. Why are you so harsh on us, Dave?
Do you know what? They are actually deep sometimes. Like they're pretty deep sometimes. Controversial. That's for sure.
Oh, that's it. That's what we want. So we want.
And as people, we don't care. Like we're just chatting. Let's just get the conversation going. Everyone's talking about stuff, but everyone's too scared to talk about stuff at the same time.
Exactly.
It's like throw us a message, send us something, anything. We don't care.
Exactly right. Everyone has an opinion.
Have a go at us. Whatever. We'll take it on board. It's all
That's it.
good.
So everyone has an opinion, and we're open to all opinions.
Mm.
All right.
Not offended by anyone or anything. I couldn't care less. And if I do offend you, so be it. Because whatever. But you're going to get offended. If you are that person that's going to get offended by something, there's nothing I can do because you shouldn't listen to anyone then. But listen to us. Because I'll say it, we're cool.
We do all right.
We do all right.
We do all right. All right. I was going to bring something else up, but okay. So on a different topic, let's look at something a little bit more. It's too controversial at this stage. Let's talk about the riots that's happening in LA at the moment. So literally, Trump has now decided that he wants to bring his whole anti-immigration policy in.
Oh, is that what it's about? Because
Yeah.
I've seen very little of it.
Yeah.
So
So
not much about it.
he now wants to start deporting as many as he can, and obviously he's starting in California, LA, because
Mexico.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
right,
it's easy.
right?
It's easy.
So literally, he's now sent in. It's not the Marines. It's
National Guard.
National Guards.
I did see that on a news.
So he sent the National Guards in there to obviously start to implement, their government was meant to implement it, and then now he started all this because apparently the people are throwing up their arms and carrying on. You can't do it, can't get it. It's against human rights, all this sort of stuff. So they've been brought in there to bring in law and order. So literally, they're out there in force. They've got guns with rubber bullets, right? And trying to round up as many as they can, and obviously it's getting very hostile because you have obviously the people saying, no, you can't do this, which is fair. So a couple of journalists have been shot.
That's what I saw.
So an Australian
Aussie
journalist,
chick. That's what I saw with the rubber bullet.
right?
Yeah.
There's a UK journalist has been shot. I think there's another journalist been shot as well. And basically, if you look in the video of it or what happened of it, you can actually see the National Guard officer turn around, look, see what they're doing, aim, and then fire.
So isn't that?
It's premeditated.
Aren't they meant to wear
It's
a
meditated.
press high vis shirt so
Right.
everyone sort of leaves the press alone because most people want their story to get out there? with this sort of thing? So you leave the press
Okay,
out.
so I haven't seen like I've seen a little short of what happened there. I didn't see a vest. I didn't see all that sort of stuff. But with a guy with a big ass fucking camera, like you've got to know that's press.
You've got to know they're not small, are they?
Exactly right.
$100,000 camera sitting on a guy's shoulder.
That's it.
You're not missing.
He's not using a GoPro.
Or his iPhone.
Yeah, exactly
14
right.
or whatever.
Okay, so it's a big ass camera.
Yeah,
A woman
You're right.
with a big microphone phone.
yeah, and a spotlight on her or
Yeah,
something.
exactly
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, right. So
That's a shit.
Now,
That's
so-
a shit move.
yeah, exactly right. So now Trump is turning around and he's now sending the military in with more to get this implemented. So this is what it's all about. So now, obviously, the governor of California.
Not Arnie anymore.
Okay, no, definitely not to the chopper.
No, get to the chopper.
So apparently he's now going to sue the government because apparently he wasn't. So if they're in America, so if they're going to do that, so say our federal
Yep.
government decided that we're going to do this in Queensland, the Queensland government went, no, you can't do that. Well, federal government went, no, we're going to do it anyway. We override you. So this is what's happening in America.
Which is true.
So then, literally, the Californian has basically turned around. We're going to sue you. Going to sue Trump for breach of human rights. It's not going to
get
stop.
it.
It's not going to stop him
Yeah.
from trying to drag all those immigrants out or out of there.
Would I'm just going to be a weird one and say, surely there'd be something in the Constitution that a state government couldn't do that, or a county government.
No, apparently there's not.
Because
So he needs to ask permission first and get
why
permission.
why have a federal government?
Exactly.
But also, who's rioting though? Is it the people that are illegal? And I use that word very loosely. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's I don't think.
Okay, so
I think that's
okay.
the wrong word.
No, okay.
Personally.
It will be them, and it will be obviously people that support them.
But you're
Then-
doing
okay,
something
so-
that's wrong.
Okay, they're saying that this was a peaceful.
Well, clearly, what I saw in the 2 minutes of TV is not peaceful.
Exactly. Well, not anymore. It's not anyway.
There's cars burning. There's buildings, but there's
Exactly.
there's shit
Yeah.
happening.
Now there's not.
This is back to the Black Lives Matter sort of.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
It's more recent.
Okay,
If you
so-
go on recent riots, it's like that.
Okay, so now it's all life matters. I mean, that was controversial when someone else said that going back then. There's only all
All
lives.
lives don't matter.
Exactly. So now the army have been brought in to boast numbers because Trump wants this done. But it's just fucking mayhem.
It's a weird place, isn't it?
It's just absolutely Fruit Loopy.
Fruit Loopy. Oh, Fruit Loops. That'd be nice.
Like,
It's just weird, yeah. But if you've done something wrong, and I get people want to escape bad situations, but there's also a right way to do it.
Hmm.
And if 95% of the population can do it that way, the 5% you should have to be forced to go the right way.
I think there's probably more than 5%.
I know, I'm just saying
Yeah.
though, but
As
that's
a number, yeah.
just random numbers without knowing numbers. Like I had a mate move out from the UK. It cost him an arm and a leg to do it the right way.
You should have come over in the 40s when it used to be £10 pop.
Yeah. But it cost him a fortune to come out and do. Right? He did it the right way and it cost him money. That's not right. He's no threat. He's nothing. He's just wants to move between sovereign countries, apparently, let's say. But no, had to pay lots and lots of money to do it. And then you find people that just jump a fence or get in the car, trunk of a car and do it.
Well,
That's not
Okay,
right.
so what about the Chinese people who were found up in Arnhem Land? So they literally come down, they got a boat across, they found them actually on land in Australia.
Let them survive that.
Well, apparently 6 of them, 2 of them apparently wandered off somewhere else.
Chinese,
the
Chinese walkabout.
Yeah.
Walkabout.
So, yeah, they were found up there. So, I mean, there's been numerous cases of like, they're finding them on, all the islands up there and stuff like that coming across from Indonesia.
Oh, I remember
You know
in
what I mean?
Australia, the boat people, that was a big thing, eh?
Oh, yeah. Sank them.
How many boats?
Yeah. So,
It's, the Americans are just
it's just going absolutely nuts.
ape shit, eh?
Yeah.
I need to watch a bit more of it, actually, because it's not right. It's just weird. Like, come on, peeps.
Well, you can't do it on Wednesdays because that's when we do our podcast.
No, but I could go home and watch it.
Yeah, but then you'll get angry.
No, I don't get angry anymore. I've got some calming techniques. Normally involves a nice hazy pale or a hazy IPA or something like that. Calming techniques.
Yeah, so
because there's that an executive order that he's passed, obviously, so recent. Or what?
I don't know. Trump being Trump, it's just like
Who knows what he does? Eh?
he does whatever the fuck he wants.
He's half decent in some things, but he's just a weirdo.
Well, he's meant to have his little cabinet of trustees that meant to feed him in the right direction to make sure that he doesn't do anything stupid. Obviously, he hasn't got the right people.
But do you reckon some of those are feeding the ego?
Oh, exactly.
And
right.
just feeding the media, and it's just like, oh, this could be fun.
Yeah. Let's see how this pans out.
Let's put this on the whiteboard and let's just see what happens.
Circle it, put arrows to it.
Trumpy,
let's bring it to his attention now.
Chat about this, mate.
Put it on his X what it is.
X account or
X,
whatever.
whatever it is. Yeah.
And they sit there and go, let's watch this.
Crack me a beer, hold my beer, watch
Hold
this.
my beer, just watch this. And this is the result. So LA seems to be a hot spot, doesn't it?
Always has been. But they're very controversial
It's very
all the time.
Multicultural place.
Yeah.
LA, it's a bit of everything.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they were the first to bring in emissions for vehicles.
In the
shittiest
70s.
73.
The smoggiest country in the
73, 74, then the emissions started. But they were one of the first countries in the world to legalise marijuana. They've just been right out there. They're always like left, right, like always at the start of something.
It's a cauldron of fuck up. Weird shit. Like, it's some weird shit going on in that place. Hollywood. Says it
Well,
all.
there you go.
Says it all, really, doesn't it? Fake as fuck.
Oh, that's it. Oh,
I sworn a lot today, sorry.
They've been talking too much swearing.
I know, it will be.
We've been pretty clean till now.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
actually, no, we swore a couple of times.
Sorry.
Not you, me. Me too.
Don't bend me over.
Oh, that's the go.
Fuck, so.
Oh,
Oh, there I go again.
well, doesn't matter. Oh, well, in that case, then we'll call it quits.
All right.
We're getting tired.
Thank you, Andy. It's been an absolute pleasure again.
So,
I really look forward to these days and these chats and where the conversation goes. You and I don't know.
no,
I don't even know where we started, where we end, where we.
bobcatter and crocodiles.
Okay, yeah. How did we get? Yeah. Anyway, we went all over the place.
Well, you know what? Why shouldn't we?
All I know
Why
is
not?
the Colosseum's happening, amongst other things. What is happening though is merchandise. We will be putting together some merchandise.
Yes, 100%.
When hopefully soonish, we'll try and make that happen, and we'll get out there and we'll.
Also, to our week party.
Week party.
Basically, for now, we've come up.
We've come up with something.
So that's on the cards as well. We will
Look
be doing
out
it
for mid-August,
Yeah.
potentially.
So we're looking at doing it for muscular dystrophy. We are talking to a
Local business.
local
Business in northern Brisbane, so we
Yeah.
can host it, and having some wonderful prizes and sort of events happening.
Yep.
All for the cause, muscular dystrophy.
Yep.
And hopefully we can get some locals involved and get a few goodies
So
and
the
have a
prizes are-
have a week party.
have a week
But
party.
it's definitely a week party. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's a couple months away, but it's definitely a week party.
Yep.
And it might even be something for the craziest week out there,
100%. Like I said again,
which I'm going to try and win, of course. But you and I can't enter.
we
We can have
we
wigs,
have wigs,
but we're not eligible
exactly.
to win anything except for the gratitude of people.
Exactly right. So get on board, people.
Yep, we'll post some more on our socials in the coming weeks.
Yep.
As we get things together.
Yeah, 100%. All right, good chat, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Talk to you soon.
Awesome.
Thanks for listening. Until next time. Don't forget to check us out on our socials.